Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil Away. I'm Tanaya Shea, and this is the place where we read a chapter of the Bible a day until we finish the whole thing. Today, we have Genesis chapter 6. And a quick recap from yesterday's chapter. It's really just a challenge. It's an invitation. Let us be people like Enoch, who walk in close fellowship with God, who are known for our communion with the Father. That is a pretty amazing thing to be known for. And all it takes is saying yes to a relationship. So say yes to that relationship. It's a beautiful relationship. It's the best relationship you could ever say yes to. So say yes to him. We're also trying to get sponsored by YouVersion or Hallow, whatever Bible reading apps are out there. Come holla. Maybe it's a publisher like Tyndale, There have been a lot of people out in the world. There have been a lot of Bibles read cover to cover. I am not the only person that's like, hey, let's read a chapter of a day until we finish, a chapter a day until we finish this thing. I'm not the only one, but hey, we're here. And so help us out, Send me a nice, Tree of Life Bible, with big print. The doors are open to whoever wants to partner with us, to walk alongside us as we journey together to finish the Bible one chapter at a time.
I'm telling you, I was just feeling myself.
That was good. All right. Genesis chapter 6, a world gone wrong. Then the people began to multiply on the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women and took any they wanted as their wives. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not put up with humans for such a long time, for they are only mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilites lived on the earth. For whenever the sons of God had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became the heroes and famous warriors of ancient times. The Lord observed the extent of human wickedness on the earth, and he saw that everything they thought or imagined was consistently and totally evil. So the Lord was sorry he had ever made them and put them on the earth. It broke his heart. And the Lord said, I will wipe this human race I have created from the face of the earth. Yes, and I will destroy every living thing, all the people, the large animals, the small animals that scurry along the ground, and even the birds of the sky. I am sorry I ever made them." But Noah found favor with the Lord. The story of Noah. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, the only blameless person living on earth at the time, and he walked in close fellowship with God. Noah was the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now God saw that the earth had become corrupt and was filled with violence. God observed all this corruption in the world, for everyone on earth was corrupt. So God said to Noah, I have decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them all out along with the earth. Build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout its interior. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Look, I am about to cover the earth with a flood that will destroy every living thing that breathes. Everything on the earth will die, but I will confirm my covenant with you. So enter the boat, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring a pair of every kind of animal, a male and a female, into the boat with you to keep them alive during the flood. Pairs of every kind of bird and every kind of animal and every kind of small animal that scurries along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. And be sure to take on board enough food for your family and for all the animals. So Noah did everything exactly as God had commanded him. Woo, that one is heavy. Takeaways. I don't know. It's like I don't really want to think about God being so grieved that he would change his mind about creation and wanting to end it all and start over. Like, that's kind of hard to grasp. It's hard to imagine, like, gosh, what were they doing, you know? I mean, we do some pretty terrible things today. And so, man, if we do some horrible things, what were they doing, you know? And so it's just kind of hard to, I think these chapters, some of these chapters can leave you asking a lot of questions that just don't get answered, unfortunately. And so, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. I think it's just hard to sit with sometimes. And there are a lot of, you know, schools of thought on, you know, whether the events that took place, and you know, these are heavily debated things, and so that doesn't make it any easier to sit with. Again, lots of questions that you just don't get answers to. I do see a high value in obedience. I see a high value in fellowship with God, and I don't know, we can choose to look at, I guess the takeaway for me is, like, rather than choosing to look at, like, you know, how could God change his mind, or how could God be so done with us that he wants to just, you know, scorch or flood the earth and start over. You can either look at that, or you can look at Noah and ask yourself, you know, what does it look like to be a person who fellowships with God and is known for it? What does it look like to be a person who is known for their obedience? Yeah. And so I'm going to choose to keep my eyes there. And I'm also going to choose to sit with the stuff that I can't answer, and just sit in it. Like, you know, I don't get answers to those things, but I can at least give them room. And so I'm going to hold space for it and give myself the space to feel however I feel about it. Ask the questions that I want to ask or that come to me. But also be a person who strives to, like, live like Noah, to live like Enoch, to be in communion with the person who I believe to be king. And so, yeah, I'll do that. And he's comfortable with my questions, so I'll keep asking, and maybe he'll answer them, and maybe he won't, but I'll keep asking. All right, thanks for tuning in. That's all I got for today. Love you guys. Thanks for journeying with me.